seriously need to find some new meat. We need a Benjamin part 2. He's had his run on YouTube, and so we are in search of a new superstar who can succeed as an international superstar after the Eurovision glory fades. So we're gonna ask a new volunteer. Her name is Judith. She's blonde. You might remember her from the Benjamin video. If there is anyone who can rival Benjamin in the press corps, perhaps someone from Australia. Not that we have any favorites. Oh, and look, there she is. Hello, Judith.
Hello.
Now, we are trying to find an attractive male journalist. Can you think of any?
Have you seen the team from Turkey? You know, the guy with the grey hair. Isn't he gorgeous? He is.
He is pretty hot, and you see them all as they come through the security gates. But what about the Australians? Have you seen any from down under?
Oh my god, they're so hot. I can't believe I was like, oh my gosh, it was amazing. He's so hot, but he isn't greeting at all. He's like just walking behind all the others, so...
We are gonna find him for you. We are gonna bring him here. Yes!
Please do that. I want to say hello to him.
Hast du Hunger?
Nein, und du?
Ich habe Hunger. See you. So, we're gonna go find this Australian she's talking about. He is somewhere in the press center. The hunt never ends here at Eurovision. We're getting closer. I can feel it. You know what? I don't need Kylie Minogue. I don't need... Who's another Australian? Neighbours. I don't need Neighbours. I don't need Home and Away. Because let's just say beauty does not stop with Europeans. It goes down under. Spotting, spotting, spotting. Okay, I think I see him. This is... Oh, now. Okay. Kylie Minogue, kangaroos, and beautiful tattooed men. I think we have found an Australian. I'm gonna go get him. Oh, why hello. Hi. We're from wiwibloggs, and we couldn't help but admire your tattoos earlier. Could you... where are you from?
I'm from Australia.
Oh, what's going on down under?
People are currently sleeping.
Now, is this your first trip to Eurovision?
It is my first trip to Eurovision, though I've been a fan for many a year. So.
And when you learned that Australia was competing, how did you feel?
I woke up to the news, and I was kind of... I thought maybe I was still dreaming, but when it was, it finally sunk in. It was a little bit surreal, but it's incredible. Amazing.
And that morning excitement has lasted.
Yes, interesting choice of words there. Yes, it has continued on, and the more that we hear that our singer Guy Sebastian is wowing crowds and wowing Europe, the more excited we get.
And so are you here as a journalist or a photographer?
I'm here as a journalist for the Star Observer newspaper, which is Australia's largest gay and lesbian news publication.
Oh, so you're friendly with the LGBT community?
Yes, I am.
Right. And what about Guy Sebastian? Do you support him?
Oh, completely. I mean, when he was announced as our representative in Australia, there was a little bit of a collective sigh, because we didn't think he would be the right fit for Eurovision, because he's not, too camp or theatrical. But when he came out with his song, it was just jaw-droppingly good. It was just what no one expected him to come out with something that good, at least in my opinion, and he completely converted me. And from what I hear around Europe, his performances, the song is it's the only song like it in the competition this year, so I think that's got a winning factor to it, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes.
And could you tell us about your tattoos? There are just so many of them, and we've been admiring them from across the room. You must have started adding them when you were quite young.
I started them in 2003, and it's just been an ongoing progression ever since, and they're all things that I've thought about for a while, so I didn't just walk into a tattoo parlor and say I want that one. They're all stuff that I've haven't designed, but saw and mean a lot to me. And for example, my right arm is all Buffy the Vampire Slayer related. That's the B there for if you want to grab that. And that's Willow, and there's Buffy there. And so I grew up with watching Buffy, and it sort of shaped how I saw relationships, how I write, and comedy. And it's just a phenomenal show, and anyone who's a fan of Buffy will sort of understand that. It's just something else. But then, so that's my little dedication to that. And then on this arm, I've got up here, this half is all Star Wars related. Again, I grew up watching Star Wars, and I just love it to frickin' bits. And this part of my arm is all related to Green Day, who is my favorite band of all time.
I love Dookie. It was so good.
It was. Mwah.
Now, what about your third arm? Just kidding.
Nothing there yet, no.
And finally, after Eurovision, are you planning any other tattoos, perhaps related to Eurovision?
It depends. I mean, I haven't thought about that, but you know, I would like to mark the occasion. I hope we can come back next year. Fingers crossed. So you know, I might mark it with something. I just got to find a design that sort of I connect with, and yeah.
I feel like Nina Soblati from Georgia could give you some tips. Like, she has a similar style, you know,
Yes.
very edgy, gothic vampire, but still mainstream and real. Like, you combine so many elements. Eurovision's Next Top Male Model from Down Under. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.